all the way day 5, Natalie. Of course, not every patient may be suitable to have a day 5. And by that, what I mean, it depends on the number of embryos available. So, for example, you may have heard that several patients nowadays have a very low ovarian reserve to the point that they may only have one egg. Now, if that is the case, then the embryo is better frozen on day 3 rather than stressing that embryo through another couple of days in the laboratory. Of course, blastocyst transfer can always be attempted, or blastocyst culture can always be attempted. But if a patient has more than 2 to 3 embryos available, then of course the sense is to culture to blastocyst and then select the best embryo. Because we also know from a statistics perspective that the pregnancy rate with a day 3 embryo is around 15% lower than a blastocyst. And that is because the blastocyst has shown a much further developmental potential. So, for example, if you have 5 embryos on day 3, you will potentially only get 2 or 3 that make it to blastocyst. So that is nature's own funnel. So by waiting to the blastocyst, you've almost let nature eliminate the embryos that are not destined to implant. Because as you know, humans have more genetic abnormalities in their eggs and embryos, and hence nature has its own way of eliminating these embryos that are not destined to result in a pregnancy or may result in a miscarriage. So the chances of pregnancy are always higher with a blastocyst transfer. But again, I don't want to say this as gospel because it really depends on the patient's own criteria and demographics.